try this again. I'm not sure why the call-in feature was off. Maybe I hit a button or something like that. I'm not real sure. But we'll do this again. No problem. Sorry, Rob. I got a phone call through Messenger, knocked me off and froze your shit up, bub. So I figured I'll just go live since I got good Wi-Fi. But yeah, what I was saying though is the fact, the Turdners, you gave me the opportunity to release some things from over a decade ago. And you think that there was that something from the fat fucking brother of mine who neglected his kids and ran from him is going to bug me. It doesn't, but you allowed me the ability to finally say the things that out of respect for my mother I never did. So thank you, Turdners, for showing that you're ridiculous pieces of shit. I can hear you. Can you guys hear Judy?
Yeah.
There's not many people here. It's totally. Like I said, I can. Can you guys hear Judy talking? Give me a yes, no, thumbs up, heart, something.
I might have to disconnect my Bluetooth.
I don't know because I don't even. They're not even answering me, so I don't know what's going on.
I think. Okay.
Okay, wait. You're still thinking. Okay.
Okay, real quick because I got some training I'm going to this morning.
Yeah.
I started to listen to the video of last night of Don Sticks. I got sent the link, I guess, because you guys were in it. And there's a very interesting point or comment Don Stakes made. And I'm not here to fight because we all know I don't like those people and I got nothing bad to say. I'm just asking a question. He came out and said, if NJ can prove that you called CPS and that's not even up for discussion. We know it's bullshit.
Right.
Then they have to assume that everything you said is a lie. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So at the same token, Don, I want NJ to prove where I called her child's school. I want proof of that. I want proof where she says I called CPS, and not that I hang around with people who she claims have done that. I want to see the proof of that. I also wanted to. What else did she say about stuff?
Oh God, she had so much to say.
Right. So at the same token, Don, in your own words and your own analysis, if NJ can't produce the allegations she has made, then we must assume that everything she has said is a lie. Is that correct? According to the word of Don Stakes?
Well, I mentioned that, and he skirted around it, of course.
Yeah, I caught that shit. And I also caught her saying, well, she said you called, but then, no, what you said is, blah, 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 blah. So it changes, and then when she gets busted out, she has to talk over you. I caught that. So Don Stakes. And then the other thing I caught is he said, well, if she just shared a picture with a person in a private chat, that's not a big deal. And NJ came out and said it was Google, it was public information. So again, Don,
it wasn't Google, Facebook.
According to Don, things you share in a private conversation with one person, it's okay. So then everything that I ever said to Jennifer Sales in a private conversation for a year, I should not be condemned for because it was just conversation between the two of us. Right, Don?
That's
according to you? And the information that I got on Lynn was from Google.
Yeah. So, well, and here's another thing that's really
shared with anybody. That was only shared with Jennifer Sales.
Here's something that's also really great, Judy, because NJ and Materna were talking about they had my divorce paperwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I said that, prove you have my divorce paperwork, see, the fact of it is NJ will never be able to prove anything because the thing that they read was not my divorce paperwork.
Right.
It had my divorce was over with for years before that thing was ever filed.
Right.
So she didn't read. She didn't read anything from my divorce paperwork because they don't have access to it. No. So what they did was they found something else, not my divorce paperwork.
Right.
So you see, NJ Turner can't prove a goddamn thing because, again, they didn't read anything of my divorce paperwork.
Right.
They read something from an appeal multiple years later.
Right. And
so,
let me
NJ.
point out another thing, too, where Gretel's concerned. Gretel needs to lay off the juice. And if she's gone and she comes back and hears shit, she needs to get it right because she took two separate incidents a year apart and combined them into one. Did you say you checked in at Hooters? Yes. Okay. There's another thing I want to say. Okay. Mm-hmm. And did you say she sucked your dick dry? Yes. But that was a year apart After Justin said he was going to fuck your underage daughter.
Right. Okay. And that's the thing of it is, these fucking people, they just don't get it. They try to justify everything. But like I said, when her and Materna were saying they had my divorce paperwork, NJ didn't read anything from my divorce paperwork because she did not have it and access to it. Right. What she did and what Materna did was found things from the 2nd District Court of Appeal years after my divorce was finalized. So what they read was not my divorce paperwork because, as I said, they couldn't have access to that. Yep. So, again, NJ, you can't prove that I said anything. And if I said anything about reading something from the divorce paperwork, which I told you, go ahead and give me the county and the case number. But again, you didn't read something. If I said read it from my child or my divorce paperwork, you didn't read from my divorce paperwork. You read from something completely different, which again, you cannot prove. And I didn't tell you to read things from outside of my paperwork or my courtroom or my divorce paperwork. No. See, you and Materna went fucking digging, found things years after the fact. Right. So right there, you can't prove a goddamn thing because you didn't read from my divorce paperwork. You didn't have access to it. You never have. And you would have to come here and pay 50 cents per fucking page for a copy of it. Yeah. So again, NJ, you cannot prove. And anything that I say about reading my divorce paperwork, guess what, bitch? You didn't read from my divorce paperwork. No. You read from a document that was fucking done years after my divorce.
Yeah, and this was the other thing. She goes, and they called my daughter a whore. Well, NJ, explain to me this too. You want to sit there and say that he's done this and he's done that about your kids. Look, I said one thing about your kid and apologized for it several times. What about your husband saying, okay, Judy, what about your whore daughter? She should be gang raped to the point where it takes 50 surgeries to repair her ass, right? Or that you want my son dead. When did I ever wish death on any of their children? I told them to drive their van into a brick wall because I hate them.
Well, how many times do they call Val a whore?
Right, but wished me death.
Donna a whore?
In great detail described how they wanted me to die in my car in the ocean. You know? But I never wished their kid dead. When you checked in at her daughter's job, I came out and said, that's kind of fucked up. You know? That you're checking in at people's kids' jobs. But never did I wish death upon her children.
Nor have I.
Never did I speak of any of her children. And when she claims I spoke of her 15-year-old, did I say a name or an age? I said your child. Never said the person's name or age. They assumed that I was speaking of that one. But I never said the child's name or age. I just said one of the children.
That's the thing. They for years got away with just saying everything because everybody wanted to stand upon our moral high ground and not say it. And then as soon as I said, no, fuck the moral high ground, I'm going to give these motherfuckers back some of what they gave to all of us. They lost their fucking mind. So I hope every night when they close their eyes, they're thinking about their daughter blowing me because I don't give a fuck. After all the shit they've said about my mom, about my kids, about things I've done to my kids, that Matt's done, that you've done, about your kids, about Sean, about all of us.
That's the thing. They keep coming out and crying that we're all perpetual victims. I'm not crying about being a victim. I'm pointing out what NJ has said. And she keeps saying it's in a response. Well, when have I talked about your child? You keep bringing that shit up about
and what's funny is I defended their youngest one for the longest.
Right.
And before they started that shit about my kid again.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, they keep talking about, well, everybody's out here playing victim. No, bitch, we're telling the truth about those fucks attacking people, and then they cry victim when we fire back.
Right, and that was my point. That was my point with all of this shit, because I was like, look, I'm not even watching them. I could give a flying fuck what they say. I'm so numb to their fucking hypocrisy and their lies and bullshit. It's like fucking laughable now. But last night when I heard Don Steak say that, I was like, oh, Don, then by the words of Don, he's on a condemnation tour or whatever the fuck he's doing. By that same token, I want proof, because the Turners made the allegation on a public live feed that I called their school and Shauna mailed the underwear. Prove that stuff. Otherwise, we have to assume, according to Don, that everything they say is a lie.
Well, look how many other times we've proved everything that they say is a lie. And that's another thing, you know, when it comes down to it, Don Snake, he fucking cucked to that bitch ass Justina Turner.
Yep.
Because they were talking all kinds of shit about him, and now all of a sudden he's sucking his ball sack.
Yep.
And isn't it fucking amazing? So for me, I don't give a fuck about a condemnation about anything because we all know that they are selectively fucking outraged.
Right.
They let the Turners can say whatever they want because blah 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 blah. But then the thing of it is the Turners said all these things. Well, the thing of it is fucking Patty bitch tits don't fucking matter. Fucking dickhead Don doesn't matter. None of those motherfuckers matter because no matter what the Turners say and do to them or other people, they use it as content because they don't have any other content. So I don't give a flying fuck rod what any of those people think about, the condemnation. We've proven them to be liars multiple times, over and over and over again, and shown receipts. And it's their own fault because they conveniently say they didn't see the receipts, no matter how many times we put it out. And we know better. But you see, people like Don Steaks and fucking people like Patty Bitch Tits, those are worthless motherfuckers. I mean, like, legitimately, they went and Pat has talked shit about Daisy's brother, like a veteran. And you think that somehow that people are going to care about what he thinks about anything else? Isn't it crazy? They've turned on fucking anybody and everybody that didn't just suck their ass or give them what they wanted. So for me, I don't care if Don condemns them, condemns me. He doesn't fucking matter in the grand scheme. Neither does Pat. Neither do the Turners. But like I said, I woke up this morning refreshed, reinvigorated, and in a great mood. Because you see, like I said, out of respect for my mom, I never told these motherfuckers all about themselves. Out of respect for my mom when she passed away. Because she wouldn't have wanted that. So I held back. But you know what, Turdners? You shown what that worthless little fuckwad said about me and had no idea. Oh, man. And the fact that, again, that all the things you said about, Justin said about my mom, about stalking my kids, about wanting to do sexual things to my minor child, etc. You know what? If you told them about that and they still fucking talk to you about it, well, then they're just as much a big a piece of shit as you are. And if you didn't, you're a fucking coward because you didn't fucking say exactly what you said. You just went ahead and twisted it. But what it is the fact that you're jealous because some of us have an actual family. Some of us have people who care about us and want us in their lives. We have people who we call family. And it doesn't mean biologically even. See, what you have is fucking Slow Ann's dusty, brittle basketball ass. You've got meth fucking mouth over there, Goss. You've got JoJo Cam, a.k.a. Jody fucking Stifler, and fucking Cray Cunt and McCunta. Look at the people you surround yourself with. That is all you have. Oh, and fucking Smelly Melly the retard. That's who you have. And biologically, your fucking mom gave fucking basically threw you away, NJ. You were such a piece of shit at a young age that you were thrown the fuck out. Like, what was it? People used to say you don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Sometimes you got to throw the whole bitch out. Your mom threw the whole bitch out. And your little whore ass was running around at 16 stripping. Now, there's nothing wrong with stripping, I mean, like when you're an adult, but when you're a fucking whore-ass little girl at 16 doing it, no, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. And again, I was raised by somebody who loved me, who sacrificed for me, and I can talk proudly about my mom. Justina, what do you say about your daddy, huh? Oh, yeah. He was a junkie cop who got thrown off the force, who was a racist fuck that murdered a black man and went to prison to become a prison pinata. And taught you all your little sexual fucking deviant fantasies about minor children. So, Don, I don't care if you like the fact that I called Justin Turner and NJ Turner fucking pedophiles, because you see, when Justin Turner goes on a live feed and puts in their sexual fantasies about minor children, that's called being a motherfucking pedophile, Don. And the fact that you support pedophiles, real pedophiles. I'm not talking about like Materna randomly just calling motherfucking pedophiles because she didn't like somebody. I'm talking about people who have talked about fantasies about young children, about minor children, and having sex with them in detail, live in a video in the comment section saying it. Let's not forget about the fact of all their fucking times about it's always about people raping their children. A fake child sex trafficking ring. Everything has to do with the sexualization and rape, etc., of children with them because they are fucking pedophiles. When Justin Turner goes on in detail, talks about fucking a minor child, that's a pedophile. So, Smelly Melly, Gravelmouth Goss, Jody Stifler, Don Stakes, fucking Brandon Cadman, all you motherfuckers that run around talking about how amazing the Turners are and you support them, you motherfuckers are point blank saying you support pedophiles and you think pedophiles are fucking legends. So what does that say about all of you? What does it say about all of you? And it's not, again, just randomly saying it, because if you support pedophiles, and it's funny because NJ has a lot to say about Shauna's dad and shit, man. But yet they're the ones out here saying and doing all these things themselves. And it's, again, more projection from them. You see, they have defective deflection suits. And they use them all the time. And I think it's maybe so defective, more Misty, because they've used them so often. But it doesn't ever work because, well, they're pieces of shit and we all know it. So, again, this morning, I woke up refreshed with a weight lifted off my chest and my back. And I woke up, man, before the sun came up, took my boy to the bus. I'm sitting here looking out the window. It's fucking sunny out. There's no more of the pent up, wanting to unload on these worthless pieces of shit out of respect for my mom. Because you see, you can't say anything about me. I never ran away from my children. I always took care of my kids. I worked through 2 vertebrae fusing themselves without me having surgery. I paid for my mom's final things that go on with her cremation and everything else. I paid for all of that. I did that. Not my bitch ass fucking punk motherfucking stepdad. Not my bitch ass fucking worthless sister who turned her back on my mom to go to my aunt and uncle's house because they had money. Not because of my ridiculously embarrassing little brother, half brother, who fucking not only went ahead and didn't take care of his kid, but fucking kept hiding from her and everything else. And my mom point blank said he was a fucking embarrassment. You see, I paid for all of those things, but yet I'm the big piece of shit, right? Right. Yeah. It's amazing because the only ones running around talking shit are the pieces of shit that are worthless as fuck. A bane on society and has nobody can't go and say one thing they have done positively for another person ever. Talking about McCunta talks about she went to a fucking rally with that fat ass of hers. Bitch, I spoke in Washington, D.C. on the National Mall. I've went across the country and spoken at places. The fuck have you done, NJ? You've attacked children and families, and you've doxed people, and you fucking talked about fucking, you and your husband talk about fucking raping children and shit. That is that's what happens. That's your little dash for your headstones. It's somebody, and then your Gina said, oh my God, she wanted my oldest son to eat her pussy till his tongue turned purple. Well, you know what? Somebody has to teach them how to become a fucking man, because Justina damn sure can't fucking do it, because he wouldn't know what being a man's all about. I mean, after all, his daddy fucking spent time being fucked in the ass in prison for being a racist fuck and a junkie. I mean, and everybody's like, oh my God, you can't believe you're talking about their children. After all the time they've talked about all of our kids, about all of us and all of our families, because they're just miserable fucking cunts, I don't really fucking care. And you see, NJ, you thought for a fucking hot second that I was going to care that my fucking bitch ass little half brother talked to you? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Because he's as fucking worthless as Justin is. Yeah. I mean, you guys are fucking absolutely pathetic. But yet I have your family members reaching out and telling me all about you, including the ones who threw you in the fucking trash, NJ, because you're just that fucking bad. You're that worthless that your mommy threw you to the fucking state because you're such a piece of shit. Exactly. For 4 fucking years, we sat by and we listened to these fucks say all the things they said about Shauna, me, Judy, our families, our parents, and every fucking thing in between. And I'm not, and they said about, Blair and what they've now said about Misty and all these things. And so I said, you know what? I was done with taking the high road and just said, fuck it, and threw a little bit back at them. I didn't even go as bad as they did, where they talk about people raping their children and shit. I gave a little bit back about an adult sucking my dick. And they close their eyes every night and fucking visualize it. And I love that. But you see, after 4 years of all their shit, the things they've said and done, just like you said, it's fair game. They couldn't handle it when I stopped being fucking taking the high ground and gave them a little taste of what they had done to other people. But I talked about an adult. I don't talk about children. So, exactly. After 4+ years, I fired back. I responded. See, Turners, all you hear them. We're the victim. We're the victim. These 65 people just randomly picked our names out of the magical stork's hat, and they all picked us from across the country who have never fucking met each other in person. They just all randomly selected the fucking Turners out of the magic hat, right? What's the common fucking denominator here? Is it the random motherfuckers across this country who've never met each other in person? Or is it the Turdners? Huh. Sorry, but it's a 65-2 ratio. So let's go, we'll say 33. Oh, look, imagine that. We'll say 32. 32-1 ratio, because there's 65 plus of all of us, and there's the 2 fucking Turdners. But yet, they're the victims. Everybody else randomly selected them from across the country who've never met. And they're the victims. And all of us just randomly fucking attacked them. And you slow, retarded motherfuckers want to believe it? More power to you. It does nothing but prove just how fucking insane and stupid you fucking are if you believe that. The common denominator is the Sasquatch and the punk-ass bitch Justina Turner. That's the common motherfucking denominator. Huh. I'm sure it's only a coincidence, though, right? Sure. Yeah. So, yeah, I fired back and gave him a little bit, talking about NJ's daughter sucking my dick, who's an adult and has children, who NJ doesn't talk to, and doesn't talk to NJ because Justin got a little touchy with her when she was fucking younger, and she's afraid he's going to get a little touchy with her daughter. And NJ has taken all of this online here over her child and grandchildren. I mean, they still have a 15-year-old kid who lives at home, 16-year-old, whatever he is, lives at home. And what do? You see them on fucking Periscope, either in somebody else's video or their own, neglecting their child. It's no wonder the kid stays on video games and shits his pants. He doesn't get any attention from them. They're too busy screaming at their telephone with their extension cord out to their van at all fucking hours. 24 fucking, hours a day if they could. They got to let that battery charge a little bit. 365 motherfucking days a year. Oh, damn, bad away. Yeah, she has a lot to say about a lot of people, calling people the N-word. She's the one that said that I'm a serial rapist and murderer. Again, no fucking proof, because it's obviously false. But you see, it's all these things. It's amazing because they say all these things and they talk about NJ talks about, and her favorite thing to say, they're conspiracizing, which isn't even a fucking word, you retard. But all these conspiracies to kill her and to frame her, and all these are conspiracizing, as she calls it, that's gone on. Yet it's amazing that there's no fucking proof of it. Nobody's ever been fucking even investigated, let alone charged for it. But again, they're the victim. They're the motherfucking victim. Just ask them, they'll tell you. They've been victimized and conspiracized against all the time. Yeah. See, the reason that people like Dickhead Don Steaks and Patty Bitch Tits, the reason that the people like the Cult of Fucking Steaks latch on to pieces of shit like the Turdners is because they can use them for content and because they're just as big a pieces of shit as the Turdners are. That's why. The Don Steaks and the Cult of Steaks is nothing more than Periscope version of the fucking Turdners. And what's great, we've already seen little pieces of it when Justina gets all fucking out of whack and his little no-no gets inflamed. And he starts with this, where they start with their paranoid delusions. KK was going to track us down and have us murdered. It was a conspiracy now that KK was involved in to fucking track them and have us attack them. Do you fucking listen to the shit they say? They're always talking about somebody's conspiracizing against them. And I use that word fucking, I try hard not to laugh because I get a belly laugh every time I fucking hear that dumb bitch NJ say that. They're conspiracizing. There's so many fucking conspiracies. At what point do you sit there and go, wow, these are some paranoid, delusional fucking people on top of being huge pieces of shit? And if you can't fucking see that, well, then you've got far more problems than anybody here can help you with. Far more problems. So, NJ, I'm going to get off of here and go about my day, get some shit done while my son's at school. But again, thank you. Thank you for allowing me the ability to release and say every fucking thing I've wanted to say for over a decade about those pieces of shit that are complete fucking embarrassments to my mom when she was alive, who were worthless pieces of shit who couldn't even afford to fucking take care of her final expenses, including my bitch ass fucking stepdad. And you want to make jokes about the fact that he poured cabbage on my head when I was like 7 years old. So again, now you're also going to make fun of child abuse. So that's perfectly fucking great for you to continue to show exactly who the fuck you people are. But I wouldn't expect anything less because we all know that you abuse your own fucking children mentally, emotionally, financially, probably physically, because you're that fucking type. So it's no big surprise that you would try to somehow make a joke like I'm somehow going to be hurt by it. Nope. My stepdad was a piece of shit the entire time he was with my mom. The entire time. And he thought he was a big bad motherfucker. But he ain't nothing but a little sawed off pecker looking motherfucker with his little Adolf Hitler fucking mustache. So he wanted to fucking go ahead and run his mouth and be all fucking up in a young fucking boy's face. But when I got to be a fucking adult, when I got to be a fucking big teenager, okay, that motherfucker had nothing to say when my mom couldn't be there to jump up and save his ass. He couldn't say nothing. He sat there like a bitch quietly because he knew I'd fucking destroy him. Mm-hmm. See my little bitch ass little half brother? That's the reason he was talking that shit in the fucking inbox with NJ Turner. Because he knows Big Brother would clean his motherfucking street up with him. Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing. Some of you motherfuckers are cowards. You talk about this shit behind closed doors and you won't come out and you won't fucking say these things because you hide, because you don't have the balls. And just like the Turdners, you make excuses about every fucking thing and somehow turn it around that everybody in the world is against the Turdners and you are just responding. Really? Your thing was you were defending yourselves. And it's funny because once we all started to point out that you're not defending yourselves in your attacks, you changed the verbiage up a little bit. We were responding. No. See, responses are what we've given you fucks. And you didn't like the last one I gave you, talking about Brooke swallowing my motherfucking baby batter. And Pat, if you think that's gross, I don't fucking care. You didn't give me the fucking most, was it the vilest person on Periscope award? So I'm really trying hard for the fucking 2021 one. Okay? You call them legends and you support fucking pedophiles. People who have openly discussed sexual fantasies with minor children. Those are pedophiles. Okay? There's a difference between a pedophile and a child molester. They're both equally fucking disgusting. But pedophiles are people who look around at child porn and things like that. You know, the things like the Turners talked about were supposedly in this child sex trafficking ring they lied about and made up and had details about. So Dickhead Don, Patty Bitch Tits, and the Cult of Steaks, you think they're legends? You support pedophiles? The only people who support pedophiles are other motherfucking pedophiles. And prove me wrong about the fact that people who support pedophiles aren't pedophiles themselves, because we look no further than Epstein Island and all the motherfuckers that went to go to head to Epstein Island. Oh, I'm sure they were just visiting for the amazing scenery of the ocean on the island, right? Right? Oh no, there's lists of the same motherfuckers who went to that island who were a bunch of motherfucking pedophiles who supported Jeffrey Epstein. Huh. But I guess it doesn't work when it's you people, right? Because you're saying that they're legends and you support the pedophile Justin Turner who admitted on a scope that he had fantasies about fucking my minor child after they stalked my children online. So I guess we can only draw one fucking conclusion. You see, I'm not saying it because I don't like you, because it's very well known that I don't like you. But I'm not doing it like Materna did just to say it to get a rise out of you. That Justin Turner admitted to fucking sexual fantasies about my minor daughter on a live Periscope. He's a fucking self-admitted fucking pedophile. And Pat, you've called him fucking legends. Don, you support those pedophiles. So to me, I'm going to have to believe there's a reason you support pedophiles. And if you don't like it, that's not my fucking problem. I could care less. What is up, Rob and or Shauna?
What up, bro? What's good?
The day is good. Life is good. Motherfucker, I woke up with a smile this morning.
Man, I'm telling you, you sound like fucking Irish Spring soap crispy.
I would equate it to a douche, but NJ Turner would never understand that, because you see, in my soul, I had that not so fresh feeling holding all that in, and my God, when I could release it, boy, that, like you said, the Irish Spring, motherfucker, the birds were whistling this morning. I found a pot of gold on my front porch, and there's a motherfucking rainbow from it. It is amazing. That's what I'm talking about, man. And Lucky Charms, the whole thing, it was just a bowl of marshmallows. It didn't even have the crunchy shit, man.
Oh, yeah, that's the best part.
Fucking hashtag winning. What's up, bro?
No, it's just funny, man. And like the thing is that people got to understand, and they can fake act like they don't understand. What's up, Misty? It's clear they don't give a shit about our ones. So it is what it is. If you want to sit there and turn your head to the shit that's done to us, then don't fucking cry when we go below the belt and fucking hit a hole in you, and you want to have guts leaking all over the place, and then you want to put them back in and cry about it. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Well, bro, look,
people with the same intensity that they hit me. And when they do that shit, I don't want to hear people crying about the shit. If you want to turn your fucking head, I'll give everybody a trial period. And then once that trial period is up and the expiration date is done, guess what? It's below the belt, and who gives a fuck?
Well, I want to see the proof from Justina Turner, because he was on there crying like a little bitch that you and I had threatened him. When the night before, he's like, they were threatening me. They didn't go anywhere to make it an actual threat. No, you paranoid, delusional little fuck. We said we were going to have a conversation with you in public. And so then what does he do? He goes on Don's beam and stuff like that, and is like, yeah, Cropper and Rob, they threatened me and blah, blah, blah. And he's crying like a little bitch because,
well,
I want to see proof of that.
Well, actually, here's proof right now. You talking, me breathing, you breathing. See, when you're a beta bitch that drips soy and you got estrogen running through your blood, every time you come in contact with an alpha male, it's a fucking threat because you know that your shit is our shit.
Well, that's also why Don and Pat and them act the way they fucking do, because they pretend to be some fucking amazing things, and they're a bunch of beta little bitches. Period. They run with beta bitches. NJ Turner and Justina Turner's a little beta bitch. I mean, like, that's the fucking people do. That's why they've gone at you for so long, Rob, because they are fucking intimidated by an alpha male. That's the thing with them. And see, they go, oh my God, I got emotional talking about my mom. I did, because I'm very proud of my mom and the sacrifices she made for me. And my getting upset is actually a joyful thing because I have fond memories. See, I didn't go on there and just randomly fucking do that. But here's the deal. And Rob, I'm sure you can confirm this. See, an alpha male is comfortable with who they are, regardless of what anybody else thinks, and can show those emotions to people and not fucking care, because you don't have to run around and pretend so hard to be an alpha that you just beat your chest and you act like you have to yell and scream all the time. Listen. A true alpha male is a very comfortable individual who doesn't need the adoration or anything from other fucking people and can show emotion.
Right.
And not care.
See, when you're a beta bitch like Justin, when you beat your chest, it doesn't count that NJ has to ice it down after.
Mm-hmm. That part. Or that she has to clean up his mess when he runs his cocksucker. He tries to act like a badass motherfucker running his mouth, and then you got NJ coming right behind him, like cleaning up his little fucking mess, like he's done shit his pants and thrown his fucking pudding at the wall. She's got to run behind him and fucking clean him up.
Or run behind him with a dildo, one of the two.
Well, you know, I mean, his asshole muscles, his O-ring is probably fucking blown the fuck out from all the cucumbers. I mean, when NJ talks about tossing a salad, she's not talking about in a fucking bowl. So,
right.
I mean, and the thing of it is, it's funny because, like, they can't handle me. They have never been able to handle me for years. Hence them stalking my page, which led to me sharing a fucking meme that had nothing to do with them about the hogs and Justin Turner pounding a water bottle on a table.
Right.
You know, all the things. Yeah, so, you know, the thing of it is about all these, they've never been able to handle me. Just like NJ, for once in her life, listened and went and I said, go make him a sandwich. He didn't even fucking thank me for that fat bitch to go fucking feed him. But she went and she left, didn't she?
Right.
You know, and now they want to try a tag team. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Sean, what's up?
What we learned last night was none of the families or kids over here matter. And they
to them.
Love mocking, child abuse, and rape.
Mm-hmm.
And their hate for Materna is more than standing for what is right. That's
well, you guys can be friends with all you want to, but fuck Materna too. That bitch ran with them for years and tormented all of us until August of 2019, and then she went over and started some bullshit with y'all against me because she was mad the Turners weren't coming to me. Fuck Materna just as much as fuck the Turdners, because that bitch was involved with all of that together. The Turdners and Materna are two sides of the same fucking coin.
No, I completely agree. All I'm saying is all the ones supporting the Turners now is that they have more hate and they want to see Materna go down than they do wanting to see the truth and standing for what's right.
Well, I find it ironic that, you know, they have so much hatred for Materna, but the Turners knew Materna.
Oh, let's not forget that that Materna is so bad, but yet she went and gave private emails from Boomer and from Lynn to Materna.
Yeah.
Yep.
But she's horrible. And let's not forget, they claim that I did all these horrible things, right? Back when the whole thing was about their daughter. Now, that was before the truce happened, right? But yet Justina Turner begged me for a truce, and then leading up to the November 9th event where I went to Washington, D.C. and spoke on the National Mall. Let's see. Oh, yeah. NJ Turner made a fucking post about how amazing myself and Tammy Lee were, and that she supported us in the event. And Sandra Piacenza, you were all the time talking about, like, can Cropper help me with the CPS with my drug-addicted whore fucking daughter and them, so that they would have to spend another $90,000? Oh, but I was a fucking amazing person when you wanted all that, wasn't I? And when I told you to get fucked, you want to talk some more shit. See, it's funny because, again, if I did all these horrible fucking things, NJ, why did you and Justin beg me for a fucking truce?
That part.
They beg
Why did you say later that I was an amazing fucking person and try to go ahead and hook me up with Sandra Piacenza to try to help that fucking nasty bitch with her drug addicted daughter's fucking CPS case? But I was a great guy then, huh?
So here's my question: while they were begging, what they get? The truce first or the combination TV VCR?
Well, they got a truce, but then again, the thing of it is NJ couldn't shut her fucking suck as usual. So obviously, you know, they again have chosen this whole shit over peace or anything off of this, including their daughter and grandchildren, or their own, you know, their other two boys. So this is the choice they've made, and it doesn't surprise me that Don and fucking these other people over there would support them and hang around and run around with them, because they're the same fucking way. They need this app to feel relevant in the world, because truth be told, nobody really fucking gives a shit about them in the real world. Nobody. You know what I mean? Like, they're that fucking pathetic that this is their life. This is their persona. If I wanted to go and have the attention, I would just go live on my Reality Ridiculous page on Facebook. But I haven't in months, because I don't personally give a fuck when it comes to the attention and that kind of bullshit. I don't need it. They do.
Yep.
Facts.
And just like, you know, Rob hasn't said anything. I didn't say anything. Didn't make a scope for almost a week. But yet the Turners want to come out and just run their mouth about shit? Well, it just proves who they are. It proves who all of them are.
Oh, shit. It's comedy, I'll tell you that much.
I agree. And the thing of it is the funniest part of it is, though, bro, is they really just try so fucking hard. But they're such fucking losers in everything in life that they fail so fucking hard because they try to get some reaction or that we're going to care. They have this fucking persona, or I'm sorry, this preconceived notion that they didn't want to listen to me when they say, you guys are all worried about public perception. I don't give a fuck about public perception. Don't give a fuck what my little bitch ass half brother said. Don't give a fuck what my fucking sister said or any other motherfucker said. I don't care. So keep trying and keep failing, because that's all you know how to do in life is fucking fail.
You know what's funny? Everything that they say, it's pure projection.
Thanks, Breezy.
They care about public perception, which is why NJ is going to run to get those receipts that Don asked for, and she's going to scope about it all day until she makes sure that he watches, because she's worried about her perception. Me, I don't.
Well, there's no receipts. That's the best part. There are no receipts, because you see, NJ Turdner didn't have my divorce paperwork. Just like I said to her and Materna, they didn't have my divorce paperwork. They didn't have it. They were talking all kinds of shit, making up lies about things that were supposedly in my divorce paperwork that were not there, and they did not have my divorce paperwork. You see, Materna found something from an appeals court, which was done years after my divorce paperwork they claimed they had, and they read something off of that. They didn't have my divorce paperwork. So regardless, even though I said, tell me the case number and things like that you have them, so you couldn't find them in my county because they weren't online. And so you didn't have my divorce paperwork. You didn't read from my divorce paperwork. You read from something else. So again,
that is
what I proved again. If you had something from, you said, if I had divorce paperwork, you didn't read from my divorce paperwork. I proved you were a fucking liar. You two proved that you're pieces of shit. See, that's the great thing about all of this. And when it talks about NJ talking about, I said that I called CPS, bitch, I can't wait for you to try to find that receipt. Because what I said was the fact is, when your fucking asses ran from Texas You ran to Oklahoma thinking the tribe was going to save your bitch ass NJ. And what you did, what I said is they were looking for you and they know where the fuck you're at now. I didn't say I'm calling CPS. I didn't say I did call CPS. And even if I said I called CPS, what is it you always say, NJ? Just because you say something doesn't mean it's true. So why don't you show the proof that I called CPS on you?
They can't crop her, just like they don't have a police report with my name, phone number, or
Exactly.
a voice recording of me calling the police. But here's the thing: let's be real about it. The Turdners were trying to hide from CPS. They were running from CPS.
Yep.
They admitted to that. It's whatever at this point.
Let's not forget the fact they called my police department at 3:00 in the fucking morning because they were hurt by words on the internet.
But that's okay, Crop.
Right?
No, they don't like you, so it's okay.
Like, well, I'm okay with that.
Our families don't matter to them.
Well, theirs don't matter to me either. But the thing that's funny is that their family's reaching out to me about all these things. And again, the people they're talking to in mine
takes in them. That's what I'm saying, because they hate Materna so much, they're not going to stand up for what is right because they want to see Materna taken down, and they'll help. No matter
because what. I kind of have to disagree because here's the deal: I have more on Materna than anybody does, with real fucking proof of things that happen. So when it comes to taking down Materna, the Turners don't have a fucking thing on her any more than they have on me or you or anybody else with any kind of fucking proof. They've tried to twist everything. However, I have actual proof, including in Materna's own fucking voice of contacting my ex and things. You see, I have actual fucking proof. They just want to cry and pretend to be a victim for attention.
Right.
The only thing that the Turners have protecting them is distance, and that's closing in very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait till I have my phone calls today. That'll be fun.
Yeah, Breezy, she did admit to, and before the whole thing where they called my police department claiming I had child porn, Materna ran around for months calling me a fucking pedophile. And on that call that Shauna gave me, that your mom was on, where they called her out on it, Materna admitted to calling me a fucking pedophile for no reason. She admitted to it. She did so maliciously and falsely then. See, so she's no different than the fucking Turdners are. And the thing of it is, no matter how much that they decide they hate Materna, the Turners are just the same. They worked together for all that shit until a year ago. So you see, you hate Materna, but you call the Turdners legends when those motherfuckers did all the same shit.
Right.
And they don't have any way to take down Materna. Just like they couldn't take down Gina. They can't take down Judy. They can't take down me. All this conspiracizing, as NJ wants to call it. Not a single person has been investigated, let alone fucking arrested for all these conspiracizing against them for murder and everything else. Isn't it fucking amazing how that never happens? Right. But they just displayed their paranoid delusions just fucking a couple of days ago to Dawn and all of them.
Yep.
So you want to take Materna down? Well, let me just tell you, you picked the wrong fucking team to do it.
That part.
And there's no open spots on this team. You pieces of shit are over there where you belong with the fucking Turdners. And you can watch them futilely try to take down Materna the same way they tried to take down Gina and everybody else and fucking fail like they have in life because they're fucking losers. And they're full of shit. You picked the wrong fucking team. You see, you picked the Mets when you should have taken the motherfucking Yankees. Just saying.
Facts.
What the hell are they doing out there now?
All right, y'all. Look, I'm gonna bounce. Thank you for calling in. Are you guys gonna go live later this evening?
We might. We'll see.
Okay. Well, my boy, we got to find out today if he broke his ankle. Saturday he was at the game and a big fucking lineman rolled over on his ankle and shit. And so had to take him yesterday, but it was a late appointment. So we found out today if it's broken. Hopefully it's only sprained. So I got to do with that.
I hope it's just sprained.
Me too. And he's a young guy, but he, Dana wants to come up.
Yeah, but right at the beginning of football season, it just sucks.
Well, I mean, look, he's a starter. And I'm trying to let Dana up, and it's not letting me, so I'm not sure what's going on. He's a starter, and of course, his biggest thing is he's more upset the fact that he's not playing than he's hurt. So
Right.
he's a kid, and football and other sports accidents happen. I don't know how many times I've had broken bones, concussions, dislocations, and everything else. So it's just part of it. So he's hoping, and
the pictures
he's got a walking boot.
So far this season are freaking incredible.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
and he is you. It is insane.
I know, unfortunately, huh? Both of my kids look like me.
Has just completely. I mean, he's always like looked like you, but in the last year, it's out of control.
So I got a question. I don't know if anybody saw Tina Piazza's scope that she did this morning, but I watched it, and she was rescoping somebody's scope. Now, here's the interesting thing about this scope that she was rescoping. They actually had a picture of Shauna in the hospital.
I'm sorry, what?
They had a picture of you in the hospital. Now, my question is, how can you sit there and say that her health issues are fake when whoever scoped that was being scoped? And I don't know if this is, I don't know whose scope it was. I have to ask Tina. If you're showing those pictures.
That part.
And the scope is still up. It's the last scope that Tina did.
Oh, well, another thing, while you say that, though, let me once again publicly this morning say to all of you who hate Tina for so many things, it's amazing. Now, of course, I had Rob and Shauna and Missy. Everybody else was, PMing me talking about things. But out of all the people, now, I don't talk to Tina Piazza off of here. She and I are friends, but she's never come at me wrong. I've never had a problem with her myself. But isn't it amazing, the person that you fucking people can't stand so much, Tina Piazza went live last night to go ahead and call out the Turdners for their bullshit and had my back. So Tina Piazza, let me tell you that even though between the shit with 33 and Matt, you still have never fucking gone wrong at me. And I appreciate and thank you for standing up and speaking out. I appreciate that.
She also
it meant a lot.
Tammy Blair.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I appreciate that.
Well,
that's class.
Y'all know how much I love Kathy. Like, that's my girl. But Tina's been through what you're going through in regards to contacting family.
Mm-hmm.
Tina's gone through it. She's still going.
Yep. And like I said, though, she didn't have to come out and say anything. She doesn't owe me shit. She's never, like I said, she's never done me wrong. But I mean, she could have ignored it, never said a fucking word. But what'd she do last night? Last night, right after it happened, she went live and fucking told the Turners what pieces of shit they are. And now here's the thing. I don't talk to Barker anymore because of her association with fucking the cult of steaks and the fucking Turdners, and whether she wants to say whatever it is or not. But it's amazing how the people who you fucking hate, who hate Tina Piazza, she came out and said something, yet Barker didn't say a fucking word. So I don't really give a flying fuck who likes that I've said thank you, Tina Piazza, because I'm going to tell you right now, last night, Tina Piazza showed more class in that one video and doing that than any of the cult of steaks or the Turdners will have in their motherfucking pinky nail. Period. Fact. And I appreciate it. So, like I said, they can hate it as much as they want to, but it's fucking truth and it's the facts. And you know what? The truth doesn't give a fuck about your feelings, and I don't either. So there's that. And Amy Lynn, Amy Lynn, where are you at when they's talking about all these things, Amy Lynn? Sure. You know, the same motherfuckers who went at you about yours.
The bitch thinks she's protected now. Let her have that false sense of security.
She's protected by who? Don fucking fake name, fake profile steaks. Yes. Ooh, what's dickhead Don gonna do? Make some more fucking scopes where he talks like this in his verbal fucking audio and ambient to put motherfuckers to sleep. Like he's gonna save her. and it's funny because all these messages we have too about her saying that her ex raped her multiple times and all these different things. Yet she goes on and says, I was never raped. Wait a minute, bitch. You told all of us that you were raped multiple times, and we have the fucking things for it.
Well, the problem is
that who's a liar?
You guys show the receipts, then you'll have other people scoping about why was this
Because Amy Lynn brought it up.
And Misty's and all that fucking
and
shit.
not to mention the hospital picture that was just put out that everybody will be silent about.
Right. Of course they will.
Yep.
So they just put themselves in a bind because if your medical issues are fake, then what is that picture?
Mm-hmm.
It's more hypocrisy, and it's more fucking just... It's proof of the fact they lie so much, they forget the lies they tell, and they try to tell another lie, but it fucks up the last lie.
Right. Well, let's do some ones because the long-term memory is shot with those two. So the most recent one is that they said that KK called him a scammer. Still waiting for that 4-hour rescope that you're supposed to do. NJ, no job, Turner, and show where KK called you a scammer, even though you are one. He never called you one.
And show her underwear. I want that, NJ. Chop chop.
Let's not forget, and if you don't have the video where KK, that whole situation, it's on my YouTube, and I know you know where it is, so you can find it.
Yep, that's actually what I was planning it from when I rescoped it and showed that never said that.
Hold on. Breezy says, why was it brought up? Yeah, and see, that's the thing. You know, she brought it up herself to say about it. Like, nobody talked about Amy Lynn's rape. Nobody even put out the details that she gave all of us about being raped with the knife handle by her ex when he kicked her fucking door in and stuff. Nobody went and said all those things. And then the thing of it is, though, is now she comes out and she says, I was never raped. Well, bitch, you sure as the fuck told us you were, and you said these things to us in confidence. And Crappa, you can't tell these people I just die.
Right.
Bitch, you just fucking admitted you lied about all of us. It's all fucking fair game now.
Right.
and you you think Don Steaks is going to save you?
But that's the other thing. That's what amazed me last night too, is they were all up in there, all pissed off by what you said about the Turners' kids, and they literally list everything you said, which is exactly what the Turners have said about you and your kids, Matt and his kids, but there's no outrage.
What did I say? Did I say the fact that they're fucking Justin Turner's an self-fucking admitted pedophile to having fantasies about my minor daughter? That's a pedophile. Period.
Right.
Period. And they call them legends and they call them fucking great people. That just shows you who the fuck the people who call them legends and great people are. Yeah, I know you were, Breezy. That is also on my YouTube, if anybody wants to see it. Oh, shit. Dana, go ahead, hit it again. I accidentally canceled, or you canceled, one or the other. But yeah, so, that was, again, on my YouTube. It's up there public. See, Turdners, just like you've already went and hid your little videos, Justina, you run your little cocksucker, and you failed again. You failed again.
Story of his life.
And so you hit him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you failed, and you suck at life just like everything else. Mine are public, and I'll put it up on my YouTube and show them all. Hi, Dana.
Hi.
I've never heard your voice before.
That's what I want to know. Why would they put that shit out and then want to talk about somebody's look?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I mean, and then to say that they're taking down Materna when they've been sending her emails that other people have been saying about them. Well, nobody would be saying shit about her if the Turners hadn't brought her into this shit and talked about this shit.
Ding, ding,
that
ding, ding, ding.
You got it.
I mean, I've been watching this since the shit with Hurricane Harvey, and that's the whole reason that they come out was they were taking down a scammer and all this other shit, and now all this shit's coming out about, how they're going to Alabama and they're going to get this money and they're taking her down. Bitch, you're not taking anybody down.
They're going the same place that they've been going their whole life, nowhere fast.
Well,
they take themselves down. Right. That's the thing of it.
Well, and let's not forget, we have recently found out that before they went after Gina, NJ was literally trying to get her attention every which way as possible, and Gina was
begging Tracy to fucking talk to her. Let's be real.
Yep.
Yes.
Begging her.
Yep. And since Gina was like, "Get the fuck out of here! You're crazy. I want nothing to do with you," then the switch flipped.
That's when she lost shit.
Yep.
Because she begged her mama to have her unblock her.
Yep. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sick.
And again, they've made all these accusations about people. They were all conspiracizing to get NJ Turner to kill her and set her up. Bitch, you've accused what now 10 fucking murder plots, however many fucking conspiracizing fucking things going on with trying to set you up. Yet nobody's been investigated, let alone found guilty or arrested.
Yeah. Conspiracizing.
I mean, bitch, how many times you got to lose before you realize that? I mean, it's pretty obvious you're full of shit.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Look what they said about Misty. Dan, if you've been watching this in the beginning,
was inappropriate. Knock it off.
Well, yeah, inappropriate. Now, Dan, if you've been watching this since the Harvey days, you know how fucking how well of a friend Misty was to them. Like Misty hated me because she was friends with them. Now look what they did to Misty, and they've come out and said about Misty. Now they figured, well, we can't control her. She doesn't give us any kind of benefit. They turn on her and Karen G. Look at the shit they said about Misty's attack and Shauna's attack.
And then the shit that they said about what happened.
Yep.
Goes to let me reiterate that somebody else birthed them.
Yep.
And be a mother to them and love them. I admire her wholeheartedly. And then to turn around and say that nasty shit about what unfortunately happened to her, she's strong as hell to come out and say, you are not taking my pride away. I am proud and I am strong. And I admire her for that.
Right. And
well, here's another thing too. Shauna?
Yeah.
Sorry, you can admit, I know I'm sure you can admit, but when Justin Turner begged me for the truths, I came to Shauna and Anitra and Amy Lynn. And I didn't do it for myself, did I?
No, you didn't.
What did I tell you I was going to do it for?
For me.
Right, for all the people who are else getting attacked, because I can handle the Turners by myself. I told Shauna and Anitra, I tried to unfriend them to go do that shit myself, because I don't need fucking backup. And that's what scares them about me, because I don't fucking need anybody else to do what I got to do. Right. And I did that shit. I accepted it for the other people they were attacking, which is why that 24-hour thing I suggested happened. And you know what? I told Sean and them point blank, what's the worst that happens? Oh, the worst that happens is in a few months, Anja's going to run her mouth and prove to the world exactly what the fuck we said they are. She'll prove it. And what did she do? She proved it.
Yep.
Now, I went through hell because Turdner ran over here, and I went through, it's a very well-documented shit between me and Shauna, Anitra and Shauna, and all of us, all the things that happened with that. But, you know, even through all of that, I would do it all over again. Number one, to prove who NJ Turner is. Number two, because it honestly, like, opened up a window for Misty and I to become friends, Shauna and everybody to become friends with Misty and Karen G, and get to see how amazing they are. And so that came from all of that. It exposed Turdner further in the things that she's done. And also, it shows what fucking pieces of shit the Turners really are. Because they can't be friends with anybody. They don't know how to do that. Because all they want to do is attack and destroy because they have nothing. When you hear them say, we don't have anything, that's why they do the things. They are jealous of anyone and everyone who has anything. Because they don't. And the other thing I said to Shauna, real quick, is I said that the other thing that would happen to them is in a few months, she'll run her mouth and prove to the world she is what we all said that she was, and they will lose supporters. And what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
They did. And I said the best that can come of it is they shut up and it's over with. But nope. The latter happened.
They don't
never shut up. I don't believe that they will. When Judy was quiet and didn't say it, they would come out and just say her name just to be saying her damn name.
Yeah.
Same with Gina and
that's ridiculous. Daisy. Yep.
And remember, guys, that it was just a few weeks ago, Horton and the Turners said that they were going to let Misty's minor children know they were adopted. And then somehow a week later, if that CPS shows up at her home, now they'd have no other.
And hold on, Sean. Let's not forget they were making the same accusations at CPS that NJ Turner had made not a week previous.
Yeah.
The exact The exact same accusations, mind you.
Yep. So the fact that any of you over there think that NJ was not involved in this, for any of you over there that think Cropper's daughter and sister just randomly stumbled upon NJ Turner's Facebook page,
or my brother too, you know,
one post, y'all are fucking stupid. Like, but again, like I said, they have more hate. They want to see Materna taken down than they do for wanting to stand with what's right. So they'll just sit there and support the Turners. So it is what it is.
Well, if they want to see Materna taken down, they should have like not sided with the Turners and fucking paid attention to all the shit that I've gone through and have proof of that bitch doing. So all they've done is they're gonna watch the Turners do like they always do, flop out of water like a fish out of water. They're gonna flop around. They're gonna throw accusations. They're gonna scam fucking money. They're gonna make all these promises and threats and try to put all this bullshit out. And it's all bullshit. And it's been proven to be bullshit. And you're gonna watch them do exactly what they've always done: be fucking losers who don't know how to do a goddamn thing in the world. So what do? They want this for attention, and you dumb fucks are gonna believe them. For how long? Nobody knows, but that's what they've done over and over. That's how we called what they would do to the money in Alabama. I called it. Shauna called it. We've seen them do it before. You dumb fucks wanted to donate to them and not listen. But look what happened. Oh, yeah, Don, I know you hate to admit it, but Cropper was right. Oops.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Crazy.
All good. Well, guys, I am going to go. Dana, look, this is the first time I've ever had a chance to talk to you other than like through the typing thing, so it was nice to be able to talk to you.
Right. It was nice talking to you. Thank you for letting me come up, and I hope your boy is okay.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Day.
We love
you. And you're welcome up here anytime you want to call up, too. Don't worry about that.
Buddy. Thank you.
No worries.
All right,
Shauna, Rob, I will talk to y'all later this afternoon. I'm sure nothing else in messages or text or phone call some way. And Rob, next week, I don't have my son.